Hi, I'm James and thanks for tuning in to Ebuyer. In this video, we've gone around the warehouse and picked out a load of awesome components to put together a 6600 XT based gaming PC build. Awesome for a Christmas 2021 setup, or of course a build as we head into 2022 and beyond. Our intention with this system is to future-proof it, make it great for gaming in years to come, select some great components that can be bought for some pretty good value price points, and also feature a number of product SKUs that we know are pretty popular over here at Ebuyer. I'm going to start this video off by running through all of the parts that we've picked up for our Ebuyer 2022 build and look at the performance later with our RX 6600 XT graphics card. The Ryzen 5600X is a great value processor and one of the most popular CPUs of 2021. There's good reason for that. 6 cores, 12 threads, great multi-threaded performance, and a really good price point with links to all these components at ebuyer.com in the description. It's going to work really well. For this, I'll be adding in 16 gigabytes of memory. This is Patriot's Viper and comes in at over 3000 megahertz. It's also a dual channel kit, great for Ryzen, and has a red theme, which we can tie in with the RGB in our system a little bit later. In terms of storage, we've got a WD Black SN850. This is a Gen 4 NVMe drive that's going to work really well. Our motherboard today isn't Gen 4, it's only Gen 3, so you can save a bit of cash on the M.2 drive if you want to, but this is really future-proof, it's going to work really well for years to come, and say later you want to upgrade to an RTX 3080, this wouldn't be a bottleneck to stop you from doing that. Same with the new Intel 12th Gen, or whatever AMD bring out for 6000 series. So all in all, a great future-proof choice that doesn't break the bank. Cooling for this system is provided by Cooler Master's Hyper 212 Black Edition. They also do an RGB version available at ebuyer.com, but for our system, this is going to work perfectly. A large 120mm fan and a good metal grey finish make it an awesome choice as far as aesthetics go. It matches particularly well with the motherboard that we've also picked up for this system, the Asus TUF Gaming V450M Pro Mark II. With support for the latest Ryzen processors, 4 RAM DIMM slots with dual channel memory, M.2 and a really nice kind of rugged gamer inspired design, it's going to work well. Plus some RGB Aura Sync integration also provides a full package of features that isn't going to let you down. Heading over then into the final couple of components. Power supply wise, we've got the Corsair CV650. This is a 650 watt budget oriented power supply with an 80 plus bronze efficiency rating. You could definitely spend more money on the power supply. Corsair's CX F range is an awesome choice as well, but this helps us to get the best possible bang for your buck at the moment and is a really popular unit amongst budget gamers out there. The next component to talk about is the GPU. This sits front and center at the heart of our system and is Asus's RX 6600 XT. Perfect for 1080p gaming, but also very capable at 1440p. It supports PCIe Gen 4 with 8GB of video memory. I also really like this ROG Strix cooler with an awesome 2-fan design and a backplate. It covers all the bases we need and provides exceptional gaming performance in the current climate and for the next-gen titles like Call of Duty Vanguard and Forza Horizon 5. Oh heck, even Battlefield 2042 will work really well on this card at 1080p high and ultra settings. Finally then, we'll be assembling the system inside the Corsair iQ 4000X. If I'm being honest, we've splashed out here at Ebuyer on the case and gone for something a little bit higher end than what you might typically opt for. Cheaper options on the site include a wide range of Neutron Lab cases, some great value chassis at affordable price points, but this, I think, is going to look great for our system. And as a bit of a Corsair fanboy, deep down, I really like the aesthetic that this is going to provide. When it comes to cases, there's no real right or wrong answer. As long as you've got something that looks good, fits physically within your setup, aka isn't too big or too small, that's really all you need to look out for. Other features like dust filters, tempered glass and USB-C round out a solid chassis that will work really well for our system. Now for this build, we're not actually going to guide you through step by step, but we have done something along those lines before. Instead, we're going to put together an awesome time-lapse of us assembling this system and each of the components we've discussed, and then we'll rejoin you testing out just a couple of gaming titles on our awesome build for 2021, 2022 and beyond. Let's do this. Lastly then, we can go ahead and do the graphics card. Now I'm going to do this stage of the build in real time because in my opinion, it's arguably the most exciting step. As I mentioned earlier, this is an AMD Radeon 6600 XT card. This Asus Strix design is a really, really nice cooler and one that I'm seemingly having a lot of trouble actually getting out of the box. Let's try the good old shake method. That seems to be working a bit more efficiently. There we go, lovely stuff. And then we can actually reveal, wow, the GPU itself. Take a look at that. So we need to remove this kind of top plate, I believe, which we can then use to unpack the GPU. That's actually pretty efficient. And I'm guessing we don't need to break the plastic and we can pop it back in there at a later date if we, for some reason, needed to. I'll take a look at the GPU first. Let me move this packaging array out the way first so that we can take a proper look at our 6600 XT. 2 super large fans, an 8-pin PCIe power connector, and this really nice backplate that also gives us a bit of a peel. I'm not sure where exactly I can peel this off from. Here we go. Oh, isn't that satisfying? Now, we're going to install our GPU into the very top PCIe slot. So for us, that means removing the second and third rear PCIe covers, which I'm going to go ahead and do a little something like so before going ahead and clipping the GPU in. Oh, yes. That looks really, really awesome. Give me a second to manage all of our cables, pop our side panels on, and then we're going to boot up our machine to see how good it looks and, of course, the performance figures that we're able to achieve from our 6600 XT. I think this might be one of my favorite Ebuyer PC builds to date. This thing is gonna look sick. The first title we're going to test out is a bit of Splitgate. Now, Splitgate is one of the big games out at the moment, and you can see from the top left corner that the frame rate we're achieving on this 6600 XT graphics card is nothing short of phenomenal. This is running at 1080p epic settings as well, so really, really pushing the system to its max. There we got a shot on, lovely stuff. And that was 2 for 1, I think, at that point in time. Visually, the game looks absolutely awesome as well, which is something that we really, really like to see. Colors are strong as well on this full gaming setup. Visually, the game feels really, really nice to play. No lag, no stuttering, no screen tearing or anything like that, as you'd come to expect from a system and a setup with this much power. AMD really have killed it with their 6600 XT and created a budget GPU in a package that provides incredible performance. The next title we're going to test out is Apex Legends. I'll come clean and announce that we've already had a bit of a dummy run and lost the first round, but hopefully the next round will be just a little bit different. So we're in a game of arenas, which basically is 3v3, lots of different rounds, and the frame rate will be in the top left of the screen at all times. We averaged about 140 FPS last time round, and I'd expect the numbers to be quite similar this time round. With the round starting in 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. I'm going to follow my teammate out. That frame rate appears very, very consistent at the 144 mark as well. Always great to see. I don't think we want to go too eager. I think this guy is a little bit too eager for my liking. Got a couple of hits on, but I've been absolutely taken from behind. The frame rate, though, thankfully, is still nice and consistent. My teammate is absolutely nowhere to be seen whatsoever. Like, literally nowhere to be seen. I got a few shots on, got a few hit markers, but unfortunately, we did lose the round. The important bit, though, is that the game looked great, the performance was good, the frame rate was solid, and that basically wraps up our second game on our list today to test out of our 6600 XT. And on that note, that pretty much wraps it up for our full setup. If you'd like to check out any of the parts featured in this build, any of our peripherals, or of course this Neutron Lab high refresh rate monitor, check out the links in the description below. Thank you for tuning in to Ebuyer though, and as always, we'll see you soon.